Greetings, I'm Anne Firth Murray. Welcome to this class on love as a force for social justice. In this class, we're focusing on agape love, that is, compassion and kindness. I hope you enjoy the course, and I look forward to working on it with you. I'd like to explain why this class even came about. One day I was walking across the Stanford campus and thinking about what I had been teaching at that time on international women's health and human rights. I was particularly enmeshed in thinking about violence against women at the time and writing a textbook about it as well. And I was worried that I might get dragged down by the sad topic of violence against women. And I thought I should begin thinking about the opposites of violence. So I began reading about nonviolence, which led me to Gandhi, who equated nonviolence with love. Around that time, I was asked to teach another seminar at Stanford on a topic of my choice, and I decided to teach on love so that I could learn more about it and more about nonviolence. Out of that grew this class, Love as a Force for Social Justice. So over the 6 weeks of this class, we're going to begin with what turns out to be not a very simple question. That is, what is love? Is it important to define love? And can we define it, or if we want to define it, by looking at its opposite? So we think about that during the first week of class. And as we move on, we look at love and the brain. What happens in the brain when people feel love, and particularly agape love, compassion and kindness? But at that time, we also hear about what happens in the brain when other kinds of love are felt. Then we move on to a couple of modules having to do with love as the basic concept for most religions. We look first at monotheistic religions, Judaism, Christianity, and Islam. And then we turn to a discussion of other ethical systems, Buddhism, and Gandhian principles of nonviolence. Next, we turn to love in action, and we take quite a bit of time on this, looking at nonprofit organizations, a few examples, that are working with love at the center of their work. We also interview 3 people who are expressing love in their one-on-one interactions in the healthcare system, the education system, and then we move on to a discussion of love and business. How can people working in the business world put their spirituality or their concern for loving kindness and compassion into their work? Finally, we come to the end of the class in week 6, and we feel that we should celebrate and look at love as expressed through poetry and song. And then we challenge students with the opportunity to think about how they think they will apply what they've learned about agape love into their future lives. So I hope you enjoy the class. Welcome.